Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So we haven't done a video speaking about hero speculation, who the next hero may be in a while, simply because there hasn't been a lot to work with currently. New heroes are always an interesting topic of conversation, and people are always interested in talking about who the next heroes might be in this game. There have been hundreds of videos from all content creators, including us, on the likes of Ana, Sombra, and of course Doomfist. ARGs, misconceptions between Sombra being confused with Ana when Ana was first released. However, we've also seen some brief mentions and discussions on the likes of Hammond and more recently Junkertown Queen. It was always a topic that we actually kind of avoided, but in this video we want to talk about why the topic of JunkerQueen being our next hero might just be complete speculation and holds no actual force to it. And in short, we want to debunk the theory that we're getting another Junker as a hero. We'll be looking at the release schedule, but also trying to get into the mindset of Blizzard and talking about why it's not likely that we're going to see Junkertown Queen at least anytime soon.
First, I want to take everyone back to the launch of Horizon Lunar Colony and talk about the infamous Hammond. The Easter egg suggested that Winston wasn't the only test subject that went AWOL from the colony, and so the community speculated whether Hammond would potentially be a new hero. This kind of speculation on whether or not a teased character will become a hero or not is somewhat harmless and also fun to do. We enjoyed making videos on Sombra and Ana before they were both launched, but we most certainly had more to work with than the community does for Hammond and the Junkertown Queen. What made this speculation worse though was a fake 4chan leak saying that Hammond was the next hero coming on the 6th of June and what his abilities would be. Now, whilst the May cinematic leak was legitimate, this one was of course not. Hammond never came to fruition. That's not to say that he will never be a hero in the future though, but Easter eggs and hints on new specific maps don't necessarily mean that a new hero will be coming out soon. We just need a little bit more to work with.
So looking on the front of it, there isn't much difference between JunkerQueen and Hammond. However, there is one thing on the Junkertown map that does give the fairy a little bit more leeway and makes it seem a little less far-fetched, and it's the license plate sign. If you don't know, there's a license plate sat on a seat near the first checkpoint that reads the numbers 0320. So if we're looking at this from a date perspective, that's the 20th of March. The reason this raised a few eyebrows though is that Reese's launch this year was on the 21st of March. She was on the PTR before then, but she was officially launched onto live service on the 21st. So this might give us a clue when to expect not the next hero, but the hero after it. Of course, we're going to be seeing something at BlizzCon, no doubt. But there are a few reasons why I don't necessarily think it's going to be JunkerQueen in particular, even though it's on her map. There is another issue, again, that this isn't the first time players have looked at random numbers on certain media and maps and comics to try and find some meaning. We even saw the community looking at the dice rolls from the Doomfist comic for clues to when new stuff may come out. And it's really a case of trying to separate fact from fiction here. It's so easy for somebody to just make an account of 4chan and go, oh yeah, JunkerQueen's the next hero, you're going to be seeing her at BlizzCon, she's got all of these abilities, like we did with Hammond. We know Blizzard's strong schedule plan for hero releases at least. It's BlizzCon, start of March, and then the start of August, with heroes mid-released in the months that we spoke about. 3 heroes a year, 1 every 4 months, so the 20th of March does line up very nicely to when a hero will be released. There is another thing as well that completely debunks the idea that we'll get JunkerQueen at least around the time of March. Rachel Day is an FX artist for Blizzard, and she was at Gamescom talking about Junker Time from a artist standpoint, I guess, and she was asked whether the JunkerQueen was just going to be a voice in the game or whether there was more plans, and she said currently she is just a voice. Now this of course opens up the idea that we may see JunkerQueen in the future, much like we did with Doomfist. He was just a gauntlet at the end of the day. But the time it would take to actually develop and put this hero together, I don't think they'll be able to do it in 6 months time, and they'll probably have a strict plan of what heroes they've got planned and what's coming when. So that really is the main reason that shuts down seeing this hero anytime soon. But we know that Blizzard likes variety in their heroes. They take big inspiration from games like Street Fighter, where each hero is from different parts of the world. So that creates a really big problem, which is one of the main reasons that we think that we will not see JunkerQueen as a hero unless some parameters are actually met.
Looking across all of the heroes in Overwatch, there are only a few that have similar aesthetics and backgrounds. Even heroes that are from the same part of the world and are related are very different from a gameplay and design standpoint. Hanzo is very different from Genji. Pharah and Ana obviously look a bit alike since they're family, but they play very differently from one another. Roadhog and Junkrat are also part of this trend, and the issue we have here is that we don't think we'll be seeing a third Australian and a third Junker character unless the Queen looks and plays completely different from Junker Junkrat and Roadhog. We of course have our factions in the game, both Overwatch and Talon are a selection of heroes that come together as a unit, and maybe the Junkers could be another unit on their own. Unless JunkerQueen plays and looks vastly different from the other Junkers, we really don't think that Blizzard would design another character from Junkertown. It kinda feels like the Queen is more there to add a bit more narrative to the map and to make the place feel alive with her over Tannoy voiceovers. It's a possibility for sure, much like Athena, Soundquake and Hammond can be as well. However, there's really nothing to suggest that the Junkertown Queen is going to be in Overwatch anytime soon, but will she play a bigger part in the story or not to some degree in another aspect? Well, we're gonna have to wait and see.
And that's it for this time. Thank you very much for watching. Do let us know what you think of the legitimacy of these claims. Do you think that we're going to see the Junkertown Queen as a hero, either sort of the next hero to come along or maybe a few years down the line? It's certainly an idea. I think much like Doomfist when he was revealed in the trailer, it was a hero that people were like, oh, I want to see this character. I want to see what Blizzard can do with him. If people weren't interested in Doomfist from the animated short, then simply there wouldn't be a Doomfist in the game at this point. But it also bases around what interesting hero mechanics that Blizzard's come up with and whether they feel it fits the style of JunkerQueen. But let us know what you think in the comments. I'm really interested to hear what you think. But thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time.